I was still sitting in the airport, boarding pass in my hand, when my phone buzzed. It was my ex. Not asking if I got home safe. Not saying thanks for the trip. Just one message. Don't forget, you still owe me for the hotels. And in that moment, I realized she never stopped seeing me as her wallet. If you've ever been taken for granted, if you've ever been expected to pay just because, that's how it's always been. Or if someone mistook your kindness for weakness, hit that like button, subscribe, and get comfortable. Because this revenge isn't loud. It's quiet, calculated, and absolutely devastating. The breakup that ended nicely. My ex-girlfriend and I didn't explode when we broke up. No screaming, no cheating, no slammed doors. Just distance. Different lives. Different schedules. Different futures slowly drifting apart like two boats untied at the dock. We told each other we still cared. That we wanted to stay friends. That we were mature adults. And for a while, I believed that. The worst idea we ever had. Then came the idea. The terrible, stupid, why did I agree to this idea? Why don't we take one last trip together? She said. In hindsight, this is where I should have stopped. But here's the thing, I'd just started new medication. The kind that fogs your judgment. The kind that quiets your inner warning voice. All I could think about was how good our trips used to be. The laughs. The late nights wandering unfamiliar streets. The version of us that only existed when we were somewhere new. So I said yes, setting the trap without knowing it. We agreed to split costs. She'd book the hotels. We'd figure it out later. At first, everything felt fine. But slowly, patterns emerged. I paid for meals. I paid for taxis. I paid for admissions, museums, tours, experiences. Some places only took cash, the equivalent of £50 per ticket. Oh, I don't have enough on me, she'd say casually, already stepping inside. So I paid. Again, and again, and again, each time telling myself, it's fine. We'll settle up later. The trip that felt off. The trip itself, honestly, not great. There was tension, awkward silences, little jabs disguised as jokes. She'd roll her eyes when I hesitated at prices. Get annoyed if I questioned plans. Act like my presence was both expected and inconvenient. I felt like a credit card with legs. The text that changed everything. Then came the airport. I hadn't even boarded my flight home yet. My phone buzzed. Her name lit up the screen. Hey, don't forget you owe me for the hotels. No, thank you. No, hope you got home safe. Just a bill. I stared at the message, chest tightening. I replied calmly, no problem. I just need to work out what we both spent, including admissions. And then, she crossed a line. You're not going to pay because I don't love you anymore. Haha, that's pretty funny. I felt it physically. That heat behind the eyes. That sinking realization. She wasn't joking. She genuinely believed that despite being broken up, despite treating me like an inconvenience, despite expecting me to fund the entire trip, I'd still just pay up. Because that's what I always did. The turning point. Normally, I wouldn't have cared. I don't mind treating people. I earn more than she does. I usually don't nickel and dime relationships. But that message, that smug little, haha, that wasn't ignorance. That was entitlement. And in that moment, something snapped into focus. We aren't together anymore. So why was I still acting like her provider? The reckoning begins. I didn't argue. I didn't insult her. I didn't explode. I did something far more dangerous. I opened my expense tracker. Every receipt, every transaction, every cash withdrawal, food, transport, admissions, drinks, tickets she forgot to pay for. I copied everything, screenshots, amounts, dates. It took time, and with every line item, the fog lifted. By the end, the numbers were undeniable. I'd covered the entire cost of the hotels. And then some. The message that ended it all. I sent one final text. Calm, polite, surgical. You're right, we're not in a relationship anymore. I went through the expenses. Here's what I paid for during the trip. I attached the breakdown. Turns out it comes to the same as the hotel costs, actually a bit more. So I think we're even. No insults. No accusations. Just facts. The silence that followed. She never replied. No apology. No argument. No explanation. Just silence. And honestly, that told me everything. She wasn't mad because she was wrong. She was mad because she lost access. Lost the assumption. Lost the privilege. Lost the soffit.